What's up, everybody? It's Greg from IGN, alongside none other than comic legend Jim Lee. Jim, how you doing?
Doing great, man. Doing great.
Now, of course, you are Supreme Overlord here on DC Universe Online. What's that entail right now?
Right now, that means making sure the game looks and feels like the DC Universe. Looking at all the assets, trying to make the characters look as awesome as possible, giving players an awesome choice in costumes that they can create and generate for their characters.
Now, I see you every Comic-Con. You're always out here with this game. It always looks good. What are we going to see this year? I mean, we're waiting to go in the panel right now.
I think they're demoing the Star Labs environment that we built up, and it's super cool. It's never been seen before, Star Labs in this way, and I think fans are going to really see just a snippet of what the cool stuff we built.
What's different about it? I mean, what people might have seen from the comics.
Well, first of all, like Star Labs has never, like much of the DC Universe has never been completely mapped out, and we just have this multi-floor environment with a lot of like organic elements built in there, and you can see the kind of missions and cool things you can do in Star Labs.
Now, is this something that's completely original to you guys, or do you go back and look at books and say, I want to put this in there, and that's where Superboy was made, so I should try to put something like that in there?
We have a lot of Easter eggs in the game. Yeah. I mean, all of us are like fans, and we have put as many cool things like that in as possible, for sure.
So right now, I mean, this game's been in production for a while. Every Comic-Con, someone asks you, what's your day like? Yeah. What's it like right now? I mean, with the game so far along in production?
It can't come soon enough. I'm not allowed to say, but honestly, it's come along great. I mean, obviously, if you've been following all the updates, you'll see that more and more stuff has been done. You're going to start seeing stuff from Gotham City very soon, so we're getting close. That's all I can say. We're getting close. So.
What's the newest character that you really like? What's out of all the new characters you've been putting in there? Who really stands out to you?
Egg Foo is pretty cool looking.
Egg Foo, yeah.
Yes, very, very, very bitchin'. We have a lot of new sort of villains that we've been doing, and lately we've been doing a lot of the costumes that players can create for themselves, and they look bitchin'. They look really awesome.
How complicated a process is that to be able to say, here's a blank slate, do what you want with it?
Actually, it's more complicated than you think. A lot of times costumes look great, just design-wise, but then they don't necessarily feel to me like they're superhero costumes. Usually they tend to be too detailed, like in the video game space, whereas an artist will never want to draw a super detailed costume page in, page out. So superhero costumes tend to be a little simpler. So we're always kind of going back and forth between having really cool detailed costumes and doing something that's more simple and more sort of archetypical kind of costume.
Is there some kind of, I know how early the game is still, but is there some kind of balance you guys are playing with to make sure a player doesn't go over? Is there only like a certain number of objects they can put on themselves?
There's always that balance. Yeah, I mean, it's just, the whole game is about balancing all the different things you can put in there. So every time you add this, you got to subtract a little bit over here, and that is a constant challenge. I mean, I'm always asking for more and more stuff, like more and more detail in the streets, more and more cool things you can add on your character. But it's actually, they come up with a great system where if you create an original costume, even if as you get cooler objects or helmets or capes or whatever, you can still keep that original look you have, or you can kind of toggle each item to display it if you want. So it's really unique in that way, so you can really have almost an infinite number of looks for your character.
All right, when's the game come out?
Soon.
Wow, I almost had you that close. All right. When we do get news on the game, check out IGN.com. Jim, thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
All right, let's go see this panel.